When you talked about the systems that are already in place and how we need to reimagine these systems or work with these systems, there's a great example that you gave me that I've been using with a lot of people. Could you share that with our listeners?
So I think I gave the example of understanding that the modern workplace was really designed in the 1950s. It was designed for straight, white, able-bodied men, many of whom had a wife at home who was picking up all the cognitive and emotional labor and childcare for free. And they lived in the suburbs. They were able to commute. They were able to go to job and then come home to a healthy home cooked meal. One income was allowed to pay for a home mortgage, their kids' education, retirement, so on and so forth. That world does not exist for most people, including straight white men nowadays. Like even straight white men know that world is not what's happening for most of them. And we have to look at what are the business practices that came out of that time that were built around that identity and not around any other sort of identity or lived experience. And so, for example, most businesses will allow a sales rep to write off travel and the expense of taking a client out for drinks. But if you were to put a single mother in that situation and ask her to be a sales rep, the most critical need she has in order to do her job is probably going to be childcare. And yet we can't write childcare off as a business expense, which is ridiculous because you don't need alcohol to close a deal, but you probably definitely need childcare to close a deal. And so we have created a system that has been designed for a certain type of individual and their lived experience and not for the rest of us.
That's a great story because I think it shows how this is something that's hidden. It's something that unless we actually look for it, we may just go right past it and accept it because that's the way it's been.